Ever feel like you're drowning in your own to-do list? You map out an ambitious plan, maybe a whole life overhaul by Friday, and before you know it, you're buried under color-coded spreadsheets and 5 a.m. alarms. I've been there. It's called the overwhelm trap. Cognitive load theory tells us our brains can only juggle so much before decision fatigue sets in. Think of your mind like a smartphone with too many apps open. Eventually, things freeze. Now you might be thinking, but isn't aiming high the secret to success? Here's the plot twist. When your goals are too big, your focus scatters. That's not ambition, it's sabotage. Let me tell you a story. Early on, I planned out TacticTalks with a 10-step launch strategy. Guess how many steps I actually finished? 2. And then I stalled out for weeks. So here's the first lesson. Big plans are seductive, but they're also paralyzing. The solution? Shrink the plan, not the dream. Let's dig deeper into how micro-planning flips the script. What exactly is micro-planning? It's the art of breaking grand ambitions into bite-sized actions. Picture it like modular design in engineering, each piece small, but together they build something powerful. The technical term here is task granularity. The finer your tasks, the easier they are to execute. Ever tried to eat an entire pizza in one bite? Impossible. Slice it up, and suddenly you can enjoy the whole thing one piece at a time. Now, you might be saying, Daniel, doesn't this slow me down? Actually, the opposite happens. Microtasks create momentum. Each tiny win is a feedback loop, firing off a dopamine hit that keeps you moving. Let me walk you through my process. Instead of launch podcast, my list read script intro, record, edit, publish, 4 clear moves. Each one felt doable, not daunting. So, if you're stuck, shrink the task. Ask yourself, what's the smallest next action I can take? That's how you turn inertia into progress. Let's talk about focus. Why do most productivity hacks fail? Because they ignore the power of prioritization. Enter the one-task rule. In project management, there's a concept called the critical path. It's the sequence of steps that determines your success. But here's the twist. Most of us try to walk every path at once. Now you might be thinking, but I have 10 urgent things to do. Trust me, multitasking is a myth. Cognitive psychologists call this task switching, and it actually drains your working memory. Here's what I did. Each day, I picked one mission-critical task. Monday script intro, Tuesday ed episode, Wednesday create promo. That singular focus let me move faster and stress less. Tonight, I challenge you. Before bed, choose tomorrow's one win. Not a wish list, just the next domino. Watch how the rest fall into place. Let's get real. Motivation is elusive. But momentum? That's something you can engineer, and it starts with small wins. Behavioral economists call this the progress principle. Imagine a snowball rolling downhill. Every tiny victory adds another layer, making the next step easier. That's compounding in action, just like interest in your bank account, but for confidence. Now, you might say, it's just a checklist, Daniel. Does it really matter? Absolutely. Neuroscience shows each checkbox releases dopamine, reinforcing your drive to continue. Let me share a personal win. After scripting, recording, and editing just 3 episodes, I felt unstoppable. That streak shattered my imposter syndrome. So stack those wins. Start tiny. Celebrate progress, not perfection. That's how momentum becomes your secret weapon. Here's a confession I used to beat myself up when plans changed. But adaptability is a superpower, not a weakness. Systems thinkers call this dynamic adjustment. Think of your plan like a GPS. If you miss a turn, it recalculates without judgment. Why not treat your goals the same way? Now you might be wondering, doesn't constant change mean I'm failing? Not at all. Agile methodology in tech is built on adapting fast, and it's what keeps projects alive and thriving. When my week went sideways, tech issues, missed deadlines, I swapped my tasks, not my purpose. Script today, edit tomorrow. The destination stayed the same. So give yourself permission to pivot. Flexibility isn't quitting, it's evolving. That's how you build resilience, one micro plan at a time. Let's put this into action. Tonight, grab a sticky note, your phone, whatever's handy, write down tomorrow's one move. That's your micro plan. This strategy is called implementation intention, pairing a clear task with a specific time. Research shows it doubles your odds of follow-through compared to vague goals. Now, you might say, just one task? Is that enough? Let me remind you, it's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right thing right now. When I started Tactic Talks, my micro plan was simple: script, record, publish. Each word was a promise to myself, not a mountain, just a stepping stone. So here's your challenge. DM me at Tactic Talks or drop your win in the comments. Let's stack those bricks and build something unstoppable together.